Let's get to first her campaign launch. So the interesting thing is, when we watched this video, I watched this video at home with my daughter. As it came on, I thought it was an ad in support of Hillary that was going to run before the announcement, which I thought was really weird. In fact, my daughter was like, this is an ad that she didn't realize was part of the Clinton announcement. But here is that announcement. It's 2 minutes and 18 seconds long. And you should note, I don't know if it's explicit from the audio, but at one point, one guy talks about, this summer I'm going to marry somebody I care about. He's talking about his fiance, his boyfriend, pictured in the video. They're holding hands. There is, at the end of the video, also a lesbian couple that are being affectionate in the video. There's a mixed race couple. You'll hear, I think, Spanish. That is, what do you call it? Not closed caption, but they write what in English translated. So there is a very aggressive social liberalism to this video, which very distinct from Bill Clinton's run in 1993, or frankly, even Hillary Clinton's run, I think, for the Senate. But that's a sign of the times. Here's the video.
I'm getting ready for a lot of things. A lot of things.
It's spring, so we're starting to get the gardens ready, and my tomatoes are legendary here in my own neighborhood.
My daughter is about to start kindergarten next year, and so we're moving just so she can belong to a better school.
Mi hermano y yo estamos empezando un primer negocio.
Vaya.
After 5 years of raising my children, I am now going back to work.
Every day we're trying to get more ready and more prepared.
Baby boy, coming your way.
Right now I'm applying for jobs. It's a look into what the real world will look like after college.
I'm getting married this summer to someone I really care about.
I'm gonna be in the play and I'm gonna be in a fish costume. From little tiny fishes.
I'm getting ready to retire soon. Retirement means reinventing yourself in many ways.
Well, we've been doing a lot of home renovations.
But most importantly, we really just want to teach our dog to quit eating the trash.
And so we have high hopes for 2015 that that's going to happen.
I've started a new career recently. This is a fifth-generation company, which means a lot to me. This country was founded on hard work, and it really feels good to be a part of that.
I'm getting ready to do something too. I'm running for president. Americans have fought their way back from tough economic times, but the deck is still stacked in favor of those at the top. Everyday Americans need a champion, and I want to be that champion. So you can do more than just get by. You can get ahead and stay ahead, because when families are strong, America is strong. So I'm hitting the road to earn your vote, because it's your time. And I hope you'll join me on this journey.
So there it is. There's the announcement. Of course, this is basically theater critique at this point, and that's all that we have. And that's not unreasonable. We are a year and a half out from the election, and we don't know specifically what policy she's going to pursue. My theater review of this opening, I thought it was good. It was smart insofar as she didn't make it all about herself. And if you go back and you look at like Ted Cruz's announcement, it's all about himself. Ted Cruz's announcement is like the longest 2.5 minutes I think you'll ever spend. If you feel like you may have a terminal illness, watch that video. You'll feel like you live forever. But you don't want to. You feel like you're stuck in purgatory. It was, like I say, very socially progressive. Big tent gives you a sense of who she's appealing to. I didn't see any old people in there. The closest one was getting ready to retire, as opposed to the Fox demographic, which is, I retired 10 years ago, keep the government out of my Medicare constituency. You also had basically the subtext of this is not about me. She's going to go on her listening tour, and all that's well and good. And look, for what it's worth, and I don't know that it's worth a lot, she's at the very least set the marker. She wants to be the champion for the middle class. Well, that gives at least some leverage to progressive groups to say, look, this is okay. This is the bar you're going to have to pass in terms of, you know, I can see every statement being written by every progressive group out there 6 months from now. If Hillary Clinton wants to keep her vow to be the champion of the middle class, then she should be pursuing this policy, a living wage here, or expansion of Social Security there, et cetera, et cetera. So that's helpful. With all that said, it's theater. And with all that said, let me read, before we get too caught up in sort of middle-class champion, et cetera, let me read some stuff from Bill Clinton's presidential brochures in 1992. America's in trouble. Our people are hurting. The rich keep getting richer, and the politicians just seem to be taking care of themselves. Bill Clinton will cut taxes for the middle class and make the rich pay their fair share. Bill Clinton will make sure American workers can get training and retraining throughout their careers. Bill Clinton will fight for tough, effective trade laws and encourage investment in research and development for emerging technologies. Now, in terms of the tax stuff, he did raise it from where it was, where Reagan had cut it. I mean, so to be fair, on trade, not so great. Middle-class working families are living in fear every day that if they get sick, they'll lose everything. That's wrong. In his last year as president, Bill Clinton will present a new American health care plan to cover everybody. I mean, it was you. Maintain consumers' choice of doctors, take on the insurance companies and the medical bureaucracy, and demand reform. That's basically what the Affordable Care Act ended up being, at least on some level, in broad principles. It's time to put people first. That's the core of our national economic strategy for America, and that will be the fundamental idea that guides every day of our administration. For more than a decade, our government has been rigged in favor of the rich and special interests. While the wealthiest Americans get richer, the middle-class Americans work harder and earn less while paying higher taxes to a government that fails to produce what we need. Good jobs in a growing economy, world-class education, affordable health care. So the message, there's a little bit of that Reagan message in there, that government's problematic. But there's also some populism there. Hardworking Americans who play by the rules have no voice in Washington. There's the outsider. You won't get that so much from Hillary Clinton. But it just gives you a sense of the value of these things.